Hello everyone, Mr. Klinger Riley again. Wave to him, Riley.
Hey.
We're here to make another video because the first video was littered with mistakes. The first mistake was, number one, I didn't stretch. So make sure you're stretching, good and warm. See, I'm sweating, so I'm good and hot, ready to go. Number two is I didn't practice my katas. You know, we're inside and we're not training the way we want to, so make sure you focus on your katas, you get your katas right now. I'm going to be trying the katas again today, and like I said, I haven't had the training I want to, so we're going to try to get through this. Riley's going to help me out. And just remember, those of you that are criticizing this video, that this is a martial arts video for children at the YMCA. So if you're looking to take a martial arts class, there are better martial artists than me. If you're in Pennsylvania, hit up Roche Drago. He's the best. But before you criticize, just remember, this is a children's martial arts class. Move on to something else before you decide to criticize this video. But here we go. So first thing, mistake was number one was the elbows. Huh?
We'll bow. Or are we doing that when we do the katas?
We're going to bow before we do the katas. But Riley's right. We always bow first. Bow in. Good. Thank you, Riley. We're going to do elbows. Elbows. So the first thing I made a mistake with was the elbows. Elbow number one. Elbow number two. Elbow number three. Elbow number four is a drop elbow. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are your elbows. Okay. So now, I'm going to tell you in advance I had not practiced the katas, but we're going to go ahead and try to get these katas out of the way. So kata, and then we're going to do probably do one kata, then do some arm locks or wrist locks. Then we're going to go into ground fighting, and then we'll try second kata. Rolling it. Huh?
You want to pause and then, or?
Okay. First one. Left hook sparring stance. So I'm doing a back leg. Back leg. I'm going to do a cross hook. Elbow number two. Elbow number three. Switch sides. Side kick. Front leg round. I have to slide back. Back leg round. Spin kick. Knee number two. Jumping back kick. Jab. Cross. Jab. Cross. Hook. Horse stance. And bow. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get into some of the wrist locks. So Riley's going to show you how to get out of some of the wrist locks. Remember, you need to move on your next belt. So first lock is I'm going to grab her wrist right here, and she's going to go ahead and get out of it. Just pull straight down. So one more time, she turns her wrist and pulls straight down, and you go against the thumb. So next one, I'm going to have two hands. Riley's going to get out of this one. And she's going to pull straight down. She's going to pull straight down. Boom, pull straight down. Okay, so those are two wrist locks. Now, I'm going to have her grab me for one, and she's going to grab me right here. Well, you can do that. You can do both hands. Now, all I'm going to do here is rotate. And rotate right here and strike. So let's bring it one more time closer to it. So she's going to grab me here. Now, again, this is for kids. Now, the problem with this, I can't pull because I'm going against the knuckles here and not the thumb. So what I can do is rotate because there's spaces right here. So all I'm going to do is rotate here. Once I rotate here, I can strike here. Now, you want to get away from the pursuer, so you want to shove and move. Okay. So those are a wrist lock, and there's tons of wrist locks that you can get out of. If Riley grabs me just one hand. One hand here, I can wrist lock here and re-wrist. She grabs it from the inside here. Once again, I can rotate it and strike. Or if that doesn't work, you grab me here, always, grab me again. Always remember, pull and twist. So those are your wrist locks. So practice those at home. All right, so the next thing we're going to work on is someone's putting you in a headlock. All right, so there's a couple ways out of this one. There are two headlocks. So we're going to have to bring the pads over here. And I think I'll let Riley show you how to throw on the second headlock. But the first headlock I'm going to show you is someone who gets you in a headlock from behind. Now, when you're in the on the playground, you know, kids like to mess around, and you get people that are bullying others, and a kid might come up and put you in a headlock. So he puts me in a headlock. The first headlock, go ahead, put me in a headlock, no, that's not a headlock. This is a headlock right here. This is the normal headlock that you get into. Now notice where my position is. I'm beside the person, okay? So with this headlock, all I have to do is pull my head out. But in order to do that, first thing I have to do in order to not to panic or not to pass out is I need to create space. So I'm going to come up here in the elbow joint here and pull on the wrist right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my head out, put my hand on the elbow here, and push. Now I can come here. If I can keep that arm, that's good. Otherwise, just shove it off. One more time. One more time here. Remember, the most important thing, you got to create space so you don't go passing out. Now, what I'm going to do is create here and push and right there. Okay, that's a headlock. Now, the other one is when you're behind someone. Now, Riley's going to stand behind this mat because, you remember how to do this?
Of course.
Okay, someone's behind you.
I'm going to hit still.
Which hand do you want me to be behind? This one. Okay, I'm right here. This one's my sweaty hand. Okay, so I got her in a headlock from behind. First thing she's got to do, remember, reach up, grab the wrist and the elbow, and now she's going to go to her knee, duck her head, roll me over. And right there she is. Remember, she's going to keep that arm. That's important for what we're going to show you in a little bit. So she keeps the arm. We're going to have to probably slide this back because we're going to do some more ground fighting. Ground stuff. And you have to be able to do this. Okay, so one more time, Riley.
Okay.
She likes it, so one more time.
It's fun.
Make sure, first and most important thing, I tell my students, create the space. Otherwise, you'll be passed out. So she creates space, goes to her knees, ducks her head, boom, I go right over the top. Good, she keeps that arm. So that's for a headlock. Behind. And one to the side. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is if someone's going to come up and try to choke you. Okay? So, if I can catch them in time, and they come up and try to choke me, and I catch them in time, I can slap them and wrist. So Riley's coming to me like this.
You want me to hit you?
Yeah, well, she's going to come at me. She'd come at me, I see it coming, and I block and turn.
Oh.
Now, you see how I have wrist up, squeezing, wrist up. Right there, okay? One more time, slower, slower.
Yes.
She comes up, I reach up, look, right here, and all I do is squeeze and turn. Okay, now the next one. I guess I need to keep my glasses on. She has me in a front choke right here, okay? There's several ways out of this one. First thing I want to do is make sure I come down here and boom first. Now, I can come underneath here and turn. One more time. I can come, boom here, come under, lock, and turn. Or I can make this person pay for putting me in a front choke. So what happened is, put me in a front choke, I come here and squeeze. Right there. There's a pressure point right here. Make sure you put the hands behind the head, pressure point here. So I want you practicing both of those. Underneath and swim, and that one right there. Now, if a person is bigger and it's a life or death, adults, you can go for the eyes. But for children, I want you to go right here. Okay, so that's a front choke. What else do we want to do as far as choking? I'm going to show you a couple of...
Full Nelson.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Full Nelson. Get this a lot. Kids like to come up, put each other in full Nelson. So you want me to do it to you?
Sure.
Okay. So I got Riley in a full Nelson right here. Okay, I'm not going to lock hard because your partner doesn't need to lock hard for you in order to practice this. Once you get good at it, then you can lock it hard. But first thing you're going to do with this is what, Riley? Elbows down and squat. Now, hopefully when you drop your elbows, the hands will break. But if they don't, you always have your feet here to kick into the shins. That'll eventually get them down. But the most important thing is you lower your weight. Now, from here, Riley's going to come across. She's going to squeeze, come out, and and turn the wrist down, just like I did in the last thing. Keep this arm from bending, and she's going to try to hurt me until I tap out. That's good. So, one more time. When the person breaks that, their hands are going to be here. Boom, come across, and then do it. So one more time with Riley. Now she's going to make sure you get your level low. You don't want them picking you up. If they straighten you out, you're in trouble. You want to get a low base and boom at the same time. But you don't want to jump. You want to come down like that. Ready? Here, around, boom. She got it good. Now, right away, she comes in, boom, right there. Okay, right there. So that's for a headlock. Good job, Ryan. So that was a headlock, a full Nelson. We did the choke. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about a gooseneck and a couple of pressure points. For example, a couple years ago, I used this in a school environment. There was a situation, but it's called, and my teammates at school called it the ninja mustache. So if you have someone who's doing something and you want them to quit it or move, all you do is simply come behind the head, put your hand right there, boom. It's called the ninja mustache. They will move. There's a pressure point right here. Also, goosenecks are good. So if I get into a fight, so we're going to do some blocks. Upward, downward, inward, and outward blocks. And then I'm going to show you a gooseneck for when someone throws a punch at you. And then we'll get into, I didn't have sticks. We'll use this as a stick. How to defend from a stick.
Oh, we don't have a screen.
Yeah, in the other room. We'll have to put this on pause. So Riley's going to do an upward block. She's going to do a downward block. She's going to do an outside block. She's going to do an inside block. Okay, so those are your blocks. Okay, but with a gooseneck, someone throws a punch at me, and we'll turn this way. She throws a punch at, no, turn this way so they can see it. She throws a punch. Now, you practice slowly. Boom, right here. This person goes by. There's a pressure point right here. I want to come in, slam this in the chest, come up under here, and this is a gooseneck. Practice that. Once you get good at that, you can about get anybody to do anything you want, and they'll stop right away. That's a gooseneck. So one more time. Once you throw a punch, make sure you get out of the way. Boom. See how I move my body? There's a pressure point right here. You slam this into the chest, come up, under, into the armpit, underneath, boom, squeeze. Good. All right. So those are the goosenecks. Now we're going to do some ground fighting, how to get out of the bottom, and then we'll take a pause and go get a stick, and we'll show you how to disarm a stick. So right here, hopefully we can see this. I might have to move the camera down a little bit. There we go. We'll move the camera down. Okay, so I'm on the playground, and I fall. I'm getting in a fight with a bully, and I fall. Boom.
The other way?
Huh?
Would it be easier?
Yes. Oh, let's do it this way. Yeah. Okay, I fall, and the bully falls right on top of me. Boom. Right here. Now, the first thing I want to do is jab my elbows into his knees. Right here. Okay? Now, once I get this in, my knees are bent. I'm in pretty good shape. He's going to throw a punch, arch, he falls forward, comes back up. Now, how do I get out of this? Well, what I want to do is once I arch, there's a space created. I'm going to push my arm through and come out the back. Ready, go. Come out the back. It's a whole lot easier on gravel. Now, I can do whatever I want from here. I'll probably push, and now I'm neutral, and we can go from there. So remember, dig your elbows in, make sure your knees are bent, arch, shoot your arm through, and pull it out. All right, the next one is the arm break. I'm going to let Riley do this one. So let's turn this thing. Riley's in good shape. She falls. This time she falls. And she's got me between her legs. So lay down. Boom. I'm right here. Now she's going to pinch me off right here so I can't come in. So I can reach in, but if I reach in, I'm risking having to come here where I'm getting punched. So really, what I want to do as a person on top is I want to keep my head close to her as I possibly can. But in this case, I'm not looking to beat her up. I'm looking to hurt her. So I'm going to come in and try to choke her. Boom, right here. So Riley, I'm choking her. The first thing Riley's going to do is come down. Yes. And then she's going to lock on the arms. Right there. Okay, now I have both arms locked. it doesn't matter which side you want to swim to. She's going to shoot out to one side, bring her leg over my head. No, other leg. Other leg. Over my head right here. Now, she's in great position. Now, she's going to kick down right here. Now, once she gets here, she releases. Now, remember, keep the thumb up. Because if you turn it here, I can feel my arm. If I keep the thumb up, I go into an arm break right here. Thumb up, tight. That's an arm break right there. Be careful when you practice that one. We don't want any arms broken. And if you feel uncomfortable and it hurts, tap as hard as you can to let that person know that it's bothering you. Okay? So one more time, I'm going to do it on Riley.
No.
No, I'll let Riley do it to me again because people like to see her be able to do this. So she's down. Okay, she's got me blocked off. It's important you block me off, otherwise I'm going to be all over you. So at this point right here, if I go into punch, I'm opening myself up for a punch. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to dunk in here and I grab her by the throat. She's going to block down. She's got both my wrists. Now she can shoot either side. She shoots that side, locks around my head, boom, brings me down, and then good and tight right there. So those are a couple of things from ground that we worked on. There's more, but those are a few things we worked on. So right now, we're going to go ahead and practice disarming a stick. So we're going to go get a scream and we'll be right back. Here we go. Okay, so we're back.
Stupid.
Come on. We're back. We're going to go ahead and show you some disarmaments for sticks that you need to know in order to move on to your next belt. So we're going to go ahead and first, we'll go ahead, the first strike. Now, the most important thing you do with this is make sure you move in, okay? You don't want to be out here defending, put your arms up against a stick. I'd much rather have my bone on bone than bone on stick. So Riley's going to go ahead and throw, she's going to throw the first hand, and it's going to be a wow, like that, okay? That's normally where your stick is being thrown. So when she does that, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to block. So make sure you're blocking here. Now I'm blocking the wrist and bicep. From here, I can swim my hand down here, bring it around, and pull out. Now, when I pull out, I'm pulling against the thumb, so she can't keep it. So one more time. She thought I want her. So boom. I'm swimming down, bringing this down with me, switching arms, coming down here. Coming here, taking this away. All right, so that's disarming one from a stick. Two, I'm going to come in this way. Riley, remember how to do that?
In the wrist.
I'm going to come this way. Remember? Okay, so I'm coming here. Boom, she blocks. Good. Now, from here, she's going to turn around and come over top. Now she's going to work, slide her hand down, grab that stick, the other hand, and pull. Good. Right there. So, one more time. I come in here, she's going to block. Boom. So you come around. Make sure you, hold on, don't block on my elbow. Block here and here. Ready, go. Boom. Now she's going to come around on this, here. Now she's going to take this hand down and block. Good. Now, if you have a really strong person, you might want to double arm it. So if I come in here, again, one more time, in my swing, she might want to double arm that thing. So here, boom, and then she's going to come around with both hands. Yes, right there, boom. Good lock, right there. Perfectly done, right there. Okay, so that's one. Now, same thing happens when I have someone with a baseball bat. So Riley's going to come at me with a baseball bat right here. Same thing, she's swinging, boom. I'm going to come in here, make sure I have good lock right here. I've got the hands. Now all I got to do is got a good lock here, come down and pull this thing out. It's coming. If I'm pulling by force, slide against that, it's coming. And now I have it. Okay? So that's a stick or someone who's swinging the stick like a baseball bat. All right, so next one. So we did this, right? Did we do the inside? And we did the outside. We didn't do the inside here. I was inside, same thing. Come in here, boom, block. Come around, boom, yes. Now from here, I don't even have to worry about that. Now I've got that. I can strike the face, elbow, and then you can kick. Then you can turn around and take that thing. So if someone's swinging at you like this and you block that thing, elbow, knee, whatever, into the face, they'll drop the stick. All right. So I think that's it for the sticks, right?
Probably.
So we did this. Okay. So that's it for the sticks. Now, later on, maybe we'll talk about disarming knives, but right now we'll just stick with the sticks. Kids, if you are in the playground and someone pulls a knife, run. But if you have no other choice, these defenses will work on knives. All right, so a couple of things before we finish out. Riley, you have anything? I can't remember. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a couple of kicks for you. For those of you that are more advanced, we're going to do a tornado kick and a spin kick, jumping spin kick. So we're going to go ahead and show you those, and then we'll be on our way, and we'll bow. A scissor kick. We don't have the pads for it. Okay, so first thing we'll start with is a tornado roundhouse kick. So here, first thing I do is come here, and then yes, tornado roundhouse kick.
Keep going, but there's
I don't have enough room to keep going. So again, I step, tornado roundhouse. Now, jumping spin kick. Now, I've seen guys do this that were great at it. Me, I'm not all that flexible. So when I do a jumping spin kick, jumping spin kick. One more time, jumping spin kick. Don't have the flexibility, so probably won't use that kick all that much, ever. Okay, so anything else? A low leg sweep. Right there, low leg sweep. Hard to do on this floor. And that one you really, really have to practice a lot. But I have used it twice and have been effective with it. That's about it for us. Riley, you think anything? No? That's it. Okay, guys, remember, come on in, Riley. Remember, practice your katas. Stretch before you do anything. And hopefully, we'll see you in a few weeks. And this thing will all be over. We're back to class, looking forward to it. And remember, always be respectful to your parents.
That was targeted at me, wasn't it?
You know,